want to know what's bothering you in the world of sports. Give Murph a call at 312-644-6767. That's 312-644-6767. And tell him what's beefing you in the world of sports. What's Your Beef is brought to you by Brown's Chicken Sandwiches and Catering.
Oh, What's Your Beef? Brought to you by my friends at Brown's. It tastes better. Let's get to the phone lines and see what you're beefing about. What's Your Beef is perfect for first-time rookie callers like yourself. We'll get you in, we'll get you out. Murph, I always want to call, but I'm nervous. Hey, this is a perfect vehicle for you. Let's get to the phone lines. And my friends at Brown's, I want to remind you, it's lunchtime, and you're hungry, and you're out in the car. And there's a Brown's just up ahead. There's 50 of them around Chicagoland, Northwest Indiana. The best Italian beefs, the best Italian sausage. Put them together. Call it a combo, Murph. That's what Frank Portillo calls them. President of Brown's. Me, I love the meatball sandwich. Me, I love the Maxwell Street Polish. Let's go to Mike from Chicago Heights. Hello, Mike.
Hey, Murph.
Hey, what's your beef, buddy?
You know, my beef is with people using cell phones at ball games. They're not even paying attention to the game.
Well, you know, Mike, that started about 10 years ago. I tried to fight that. I tried to nip it in the bud. I tried to nip that cell phone thing in the bud. And I've given up on it. Don't you think that the horse has already gotten out of the barn on you and me?
It sure has, Murph.
They've jumped the shark. Thanks a lot, Mike. I appreciate
it. Nip it in the bud.
312.
Nip it in the bud from the beginning.
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah.
Nip it in the bud.
Right. 312-644-6767. Let's go to Bob in McHenry is on the beef line next. Hello, Roberto.
Hey, Murph.
Hey, what's your beef, Bob?
Hey, the risk of sounding like some old curmudgeon. My beef is what are these couples, young couples,
Yeah.
that bring these little infants to the baseball game, especially Wrigley Field.
Well, there's a number of things I don't like about it, but one is
balls, broken bats.
Right. It's the safety issue,
Right.
and bad enough they bring the toddler or the infant who will never remember being there,
Right.
and has no ability to protect himself. But the worst thing is, there's Dad, and he's got the child or the baby between him and the batter,
Right.
instead of Dad being between the batter and the... Oh, man. And you know what? When we're sold out ballparks now, if you buy a ticket, or what do they just put him on the lap? It's, hey, does he get to come in free, the kid, or do you have to buy a ticket?
Murph, but also going back to April and May when it was 30 degrees at Wrigley Field at a night game, you got these little infants when they should be home with Grandma.
Oh, you know what? Be home with Grandma. She's got the game on TV. It's nice and safe. Hang on, Bob. Go visit my friends at Brown's. All right, buddy?
You're the best.
Oh, no, you're the best. Old curmudgeons. I'm number one in the market in old curmudgeons, being one myself. Let's go to Fred Humer's probably listening right now on his vacation. Hello, Freddie. Join the old curmudgeon clan. And Mike from Naperville is next on What's Your Beef on the Score. Hello, Mike.
Hey, Murph, how you doing, buddy?
I'm fine. What's your beef?
This beef has got to be something dear to your heart. It's the pending possible instant replay in August for the MLB.
I hate it.
What are you going to do for bad calls before August? You going to turn around and credit guys' games? What are you going to do with that?
Hey, I like your angle. Tell you what, you're a winner. Go visit my friends at Brown's. All right, Mike? All right, Mike's going to run right over to the Browns in Naperville, I'm sure. You know what? We're going to talk more in depth about instant replay later this week. We're going to talk more in depth about what happened with the Yankees pitcher. And I told you yesterday, Steinbrenner, well, it turned out to be his kid, not George, but Hank, I guess his name is. He, just like I said, he's bitching to the commissioner. He wants the designated hitter rule across the board, National League and American League. The home run instant replay, you know what? We can't just roll over and let this happen. I heard Mike North's morning show, they had the text question. What do you guess it was? For instant replay or against instant replay?
Are you happy that there will be instant replay for home run calls? Yes or no? 65% of you said yes. 35% of you said no.
Oh, no! They've suckered you. They've conditioned you. They've given you such lousy umpiring. They've given you such indefinable home run barriers and markers and lineage on these stadiums, and fans reaching over because there's no basket like they do have at Wrigley Field. They've conditioned you to go, yeah, we got to do it. No, you don't. And we'll talk about that a little bit later. By the way, Arthur Machinery will be hosting Haas Demo Days on June 18th and 19th from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. at Haas Factory Outlet in Elk Grove Village. Call now to register, 847-631-6368. Let's go to Bill. He's on the Tri-State Tollway, he says. Hello, Bill.
Hey, Murph, how you doing?
Bill, I'm fine. You know what, Bill? Let me say this. You and I got to be about the same age, because everyone else says I'm on 294. You got to be an old curmudgeon like me to remember when it was called the Tri-State.
It's the Tri-State, Murph. There's no doubt about it.
I love it. What's your beef?
I'm a Cub fan, and, you know, I was at a game a couple weeks ago, and Tim Meadows was up there singing the seventh inning stretch.
Who was up there?
Tim Meadows for Saturday Night Live. And, you know, the whole thing is, Harry's been dead now, what, 10 years?
Exactly.
I think the Cubs have got to wake up here and just end the Masters. I mean, God only knows. Ozzy Osbourne, he was so intoxicated he didn't even know what he was singing.
Well, you know what? And I agree. Bill, I got to agree with you. Keep both hands on the wheel, buddy. Be careful out there. And you know what? Fans have been calling in from both sides of town, from all over the country. You know what? All you need is to replay Harry singing it. They got the caricature line drawing of Harry's face up there. That's all you need. But everyone's trying to promote their product, and it's only going to continue. Second round of phone calls coming up next. What's that, Jay Zawaski? You got some beefs when we come back? Everyone on hold. We'll get right to it, y'all. So we'll start with Wheeling, Gary, Indiana, Rockford, LaGrange Park, Sports Radio 670. It's Murph. All right, best place to get a great used car? Right now, Jack Phelan, huge used car blowout. Right now. Jack Phelan's got hundreds of used cars / thousands of dollars. You gotta see Jack.com. And who wouldn't want to beef about their landlord? It's Murph. It's What's Your Beef. Let's get back to the phone lines. What's Your Beef from my friends at Brown's. It tastes better. Now, you probably wouldn't beef if you lived next door to Brown's. Think about this. That Taste of Chicago is coming up again, right? Just about everything that you would want to taste down at Taste of Chicago, they have it at Brown's. You're going to come all the way downtown, all that gas, all that parking, the headaches, the high prices of the... Just think, you get the world's greatest hot dog at Brown's. You get the world's greatest authentic Italian beef. I mean, the true Taste of Chicago is at Brown's. How about the Italian sausage? You're going to come downtown and gasoline and parking and fighting the crowd. Taste of Chicago at Brown's. For the next 3-4 weeks, you're going to be hearing nothing but, come on down to the Taste of Chicago. Forget about it. You got Taste of Chicago at Brown's in your own backyard. Let's go to Ken from Rockford. Hello, Ken.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm fine, Ken. Hey, what's your beef from Rockford?
Well, my beef is on a Sunday afternoon, I'm sitting down watching a good golf tournament, and any of the golf pros get up on a par 5 and tee off, and you got 3 or 4 yahoos in the background, between chugging their beers, scream out, get in the hole!
Yeah, and I like that you used the word yahoo, because I didn't have to worry about the FCC fining you or me, Ken.
Oh, no,
you got some yahoo, and you know what? You hit the nail on the head. Bad enough when it's maybe a putt, Bad enough these yahoos, but it's a par 5, or even on like the second shot of the par 5, he's just laying up, like there's a creek in front of the green, right?
Well, I've been watching golf for quite a few years, and I don't think I've ever seen a hole-in-one on a par 5.
Well, and even the second shot, he's just laying up. He's not even going for the hole. In the hole! They ought to take every one of those guys, throw them off the course. Hey, you're a winner. Great beef. Next time you're in the mood for Browns, it's on Murph. Hang on, Ken.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, no yahoos allowed. Hey, maybe that's our new segment if we get tired of Tool of the Week. No yahoos allowed. My good friends over at Rental Max. Let's go now. One line open for the first time. You got a busy signal a few minutes ago. 312-644-6767. What's your beef? I'll get you in. I'll get you out. Murph till 2. Plenty of Cubs, Sox, baseball, coming on up. We'll also talk a little more about the designated hitter. Some interesting notes in the paper today, what Lou Piniella might do with the DH. White Sox, looks like PK will be that's not official yet, is it? It's Paul Konerko, but they brought up the outfielder, so they're going to DL Konerko, it appears, imminent later today. What do the White Sox do? And Tomei's even been banged up a little bit. Experience a new level of entertaining with Bolingbrook Golf Club. They combine the elements of a world-class facility and championship golf. Call 630-771-9400 or go to BolingbrookGolfClub.com. Let's see who else is going to win a trip to Brown's. It tastes better. Best Beefs win the best beefs in town for lunch at Brown's. It's Jim in Wheeling. Hello, James.
Hi, Murph.
Hey, Jim, what's your beef?
My beef is with these center fielders that know they have no arm but continually try to throw the runner out at home plate and then let the other runners move up in the scoring position.
Well, it's not. It's the guys that don't have good arms. Even a guy like Alexi Ramirez, maybe you're talking about that, playing center for the White Sox on Sunday. He's got a rifle for an arm, He's
got a rocket for an arm.
But he had no chance at home against that speed burner Taveras. But they all do it. Why don't the outfield coaches or the managers work with these guys, Jim?
Well, I've got an idea, Murph.
Yeah.
They say it's instinctive, so I think what they should do is to take one of these, in the minor leagues, take one of these dog collars that give them a shock, and every time they go to make that play in the minor leagues, give them that shock and get that instinct out of their system so that they don't keep doing it, but then by the time they learn not to do it, then they can come to the major league.
Hey, anytime you throw to the wrong base, we just give it to you. Hey,
that's right.
You're going to Browns. I love it. Hang on, Jim. Everyone's going to Browns. Everyone loves Browns. Everyone's going to Browns. Taste of Chicago. We got Taste of Browns. Everything you need. Hey,
Murph?
Yeah, Jay.
What's your beef?
Oh man, you know what? I thought you'd never ask. I'm worried about. I got a premature beef.
A premature beef?
Yeah. Do we have we have a sponsor for that problem?
Probably.
We have a sponsor for every other male
right?
problem. What happens? What if the Cubs Sox games? Sox fan at Wrigley Field, right? Which is fine. Or a week from now, a Cubs fan at Sox Park, right? You're on the bleachers and you catch a home run. Now, I don't know if I've seen this happen before, but this would not be pretty. Jay, this might be ugly. All right, this Friday or Saturday or Sunday, Sox fan catches Fukudome home run. Fires it back onto the field. In other words, mocking the Cubs fans' tradition. Mocking by throwing the Cub home run back on the field. Or, a week later, same scenario, Sox Park, Cub fan, got a ticket, he's out in the bleachers, catches AJ's home run, fires it back on the field. What do you think the odds are that guy's going to walk out of the ballpark under his own power?
Slim to very none.
That's a premature beef. I hope I didn't put the idea in anybody's head. 312-644-6767. Final couple minutes. What's your beef? Chris is in Gary, Indiana. I hear you, Chris.
Hey, Murph, how you doing?
Good. What's your beef? Hey, let me ask you. If a Sox fan caught a Cub home run at Wrigley Field or a Cub fan caught a Sox home run at the U.S. Southern and threw it back, do you think they'd walk out under their own steam?
I don't think so. I don't think it's too big a deal. I'm a fan of both teams. You know?
All right.
So I got to declare here, I'm more of a Cubs fan because I'm a National League fan. It's real baseball to me. And
hey,
that's why
what do you think about this designated hitter rule? Now they're saying that maybe the DH will be in the National League and the American League someday because the Yankees are complaining.
I hate it, and I'd probably stop watching baseball. That's why I'm a National League fan, and that's why I got a big beef with any owner who can about their team having to play real baseball. Heaven forbid their pitchers pretend to be real baseball players for a day or two here and there.
Well, that's the whole thing. See, you're supposed to be an athlete, and you're supposed to be able to play the game. And then, it's stupid to say, well, what's next? But you have to say, okay, then the day is going to come when you can have a fielding shortstop, but then, he gets to have a designated hitter. And then someday, the second baseman, that's sort of a key job, fielding. So like a pitcher, it's a unique skill. And then we'll have a designated hitter for the second. Why not just go the whole nine?
Wasn't Babe Ruth a pitcher for that?
Well, sure he was. See, why don't they do this if they love their little DH so much? Why don't they do this? Why don't they have all 9 of them? Why don't you have 9 hitters and 9 different fielders? You have a bunch of little guys out there like the circus, running around with their gloves.
Exactly. A baseball roster card has 9 names on it, not 10.
There you go! You're a man after my own heart, and that's how you get Browns into your stomach. Hang on, Chris! It tastes better! Man, everyone wanted a trip to Browns today. If you didn't, go visit your neighborhood Browns, 50 locations around Chicago, and Chris there, Gary, Indiana, Northwest Indiana. And remember, in a week when you start hearing all about Taste of Chicago, forget about it. You got the Taste of Browns. Got the Italian beefs, better than anything you'll find down at the Taste of Chicago. The Italian sausage, the combos, the meatball sandwiches, and Murph's favorite, the Maxwell Street Polish.
Thanks for participating in What's Your Beef. Join Murph for another edition of What's Your Beef. What's Your Beef has been brought to you by Brown's Chicken Sandwiches and Catering.
All winners of the Mike Murphy Show are only eligible to win prizes once in a 60-day period.
The White Sox.